Let's see. What do we got? Oh, fuck you, Rachel.
Okay, tell me more.
Fucking bitch.
I mean, fair. Tell me more.
Fuck. I did you a favor. I was being really nice to you. Okay.
Was it when you told me
bitch?
not to watch that movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I took my memory wiping pill to forget about the movie. And this dumb bitch is like, "Oh, was it bad?" Which of course sparked my curiosity. So I watched it for the first time / the second time, I guess. Again, I don't know how that works, but I watched it. The movie sucked. Fuck you, bitch.
I'm happy I could help you experience
the movie's called
confirmation.
The Last House. It sucked. Don't watch it. Fuck you, bitch.
Fuck you. Is it bad enough that we should do an episode on it?
No, I don't want to do that. No.
Because you don't want to watch it a third time?
Or a second time, I guess. Yeah,
taken
but
the
no,
pill again?
it sucked. It was just stupid. It was stupid. It was stupid. It's all right. So the plot of the movie is that a family's stuck in a house, while aliens or something lock everybody in their house, and it's something that's been done before. I watched another, like it was a Black Mirror episode or some shit, or like a shitty holiday movie where like a family was stuck in their house for Thanksgiving. I don't remember, but it's not an original idea. And then like there was some Cthulhu-ish, Lovecraftian god twist to it, and that wasn't fun. And the movie sucked, and they couldn't pick a tone. And then by the end, I'm gonna spoil it. The whole movie, they're like, "Oh no, we're stuck in the house for 5 years. Oh, we hate it. Oh, we gotta escape." So they escape, and then they just like find a boat and sail the ocean. And it's just like you're still stuck.
That's a weird
You know that,
solution.
right?
That's that's like a midlife crisis level solution to a problem.
It was dumb.
That doesn't make any fucking sense.
The father is a fisherman, so like he makes a contraption.
Why they had the boat, I guess.
They make a contraption where they can catch foxes and skunks outside with like a net that goes through the chimney.
Okay,
it's
I was
stupid.
like, what does that have to do with being a fisherman? But I understand now.
He fashioned it out of parts of it with his car, and by God, Rachel, it sucked.
It sounds.
I don't want to talk about
like
it anymore.
Like a masterpiece. Okay, is it the level of suck where, like, if I were to trap somebody into watching this and really blew smoke up their ass, that it was quite good, it would be funny to watch their resolve to live go away? Or
my issue is that the movie had money put into it, so like I've been seeing ads for it everywhere, and like it just happened to be like on Netflix's like top 10. It's the number 2 most rewatched thing right now, and I watch it and I'm like, ugh,
horrendous.
You guys don't have taste.
Everybody's either watching this because it's so bad, or I'm concerned about the future of the planet. It's always fun when that comes up.
Yeah, but I mean, you know me. I like to watch movies that go in blind and then go, oh, or
ugh.
It was
in your mouth
for this.
bad.
It was so bad that I took my one memory wipe pill that I had. I only have one, and I took it, and then you wasted it, bitch.
Well, you should have trusted post-memory wipe you that you wiped it for a reason, so it's not my fault that you have trust issues with yourself.
Yeah, but I also watched all of Supernatural, and I acknowledge that like I'm like I will experience something to properly critique it, and I properly critiqued it as ass. I also today I watched The Housemaid, I think is what it's called.
Oh,
with
is that good?
Sydney Sweeney. It is incredible, and I'm not talking about it anymore. You should just watch it. Just watch it blind. Holy shit.
You should watch. Okay, so
some of Amanda Seyfried's best. I love Amanda Seyfried. I just rewatched Jennifer's Body yesterday. I'm like, hell yeah! And then I saw this other movie, and I'm like, oh, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. And I was absolutely wowed. I thought that I've seen like kind of mixed reception about this movie, but I watched it and I'm like, that was really, really, really good.
Okay,
it's up there with one of my favorites of the year so far.
I know I'm not a huge Sydney Sweeney fan as like a human being, but she did do a goddamn impeccable job in whatever fucking movie that she plays a female boxer. She was excellent. I would also recommend watching that movie.
Yeah, I forget the name of it, but it's.
I'm sure if you Google female boxer movie and then even add Sydney Sweeney, it would be very, very easy to find.
I think she's a fine actress, and I think that she's. I can't say she's a garbage person because I don't know her. All I know is that she gets talked about a lot because she's got big boobs, and right-wing grifters can't decide if she's the messiah or the worst. Because, like, why can't we just put Sydney...
or the devil's handmaid?
Yeah, because these are the people that are like, fucking, they could have put Sydney Sweeney in this role. Why didn't they make Sydney Sweeney this? And it's just like, because you bitched about Madam Web, and to be fair, Madam Web sucked. Like...
Oh my God. I had a moment. So I went to New Jersey right after I got back from your guys' place, and I passed by a diner that I was like, why is this so fucking familiar? And it is not the one that was shot at for fucking Madam Web, but for a minute I was like, I know that this almost exact vibe is from a movie, but I couldn't remember what movie, and I was like, why can't I like pinpoint? And I was like, oh, because it was fucking bad. It's because it's fucking Madam Web, and my brain's trying to go, please stop, please. Stop making the connection. You don't want to be there. Be done with it.
It's like Memento, but bad.
Ugh. And so I got to relive how bad that was in my brain. That was nice.
I know how you feel.
Worse. More so. Are you familiar with people that do this, what I would call kind of an insane person activity, where people wake up early and go running in the morning?
Yeah.
So
I used to do that. I was there, but...
Oh, perfect. Okay, fantastic.
And
so
then
you've
it turns
dabbled
out
in the
hamburger
psychosis.
hurts.
Hamburger hurts. Especially the next day.
Hamburger herder.
I've decided that the type of midlife crisis I'm going to go through currently is to try running in the morning. So you've tried this.
Yeah.
How many times
all the time.
Were you mid-run that you were like, I need to shit?
Yo, all the time. Look, there is a science to it. There's a science to it.
Oh, there's so many layers of science to it. It's like, it's the jostling, it's the vagus nerve. It's totally a common thing. I need you to know. So I've been doing this for probably like close to a month now. Fairly consistently. Yeah. I think I missed, the most days I've missed was when I was at your guys' house, because I was like, I just want to sleep.
Oh, convenient under our watch.
Yeah, I was like, no, I'm not doing it.
The only ones
here.
who could fact check you. Why?
Yeah,
this is a great place to do it.
No, I was just tired. Because the night before I drove up to your guys' house, like I just didn't sleep super well. So I was just fucking exhausted, and I am trying to enter an era where I actually appreciate 8 hours of sleep and focus on that more than like trying to fit a box in other places in my life. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to sleep and catch up.
It is the most important part.
Exactly.
And we take it for granted. I took it for granted too much when I was younger. And like even now, I only get like 6 to 7 hours of sleep, but like it's restful sleep. So I'm able to make it work. But like it is way more important than you think.
Yes.
Kids listening.
So I'm trying to focus on that more. So I was like, I'm not going to wake up at 5 a.m. and go running, which is what I've been doing for the rest of the month. So the other day, naturally, being back in my home, I woke up at 5 a.m. and went running. I was about 3/5 of the way through a multi-mile run when I was like, I actually think that I need to shit myself so bad that I might pass out and throw up at the same time.
Yeah.
And I'm not near my home.
Yep.
And so having had gluten bowel issues for most of my life as a child, I'm like, I'm actually pretty good at dealing with this particular sensation. I'm like, I'm very familiar with this. So I was like, cool, if I don't change like anything about my environment outside of slowly walking, I should be able to do this. But I'm with my dog who's like pulling me in different directions. And I was like, this is not conducive to me not shitting my pants on the side of the road. And then at one point, I get to about 4/5 of the way to my home. And we're like, haven't shit myself yet. Success. And then I'm like, I actually think I'm going to pass out. Like I'm so lightheaded. And in my brain, I'm going, you're going to pass out on the side of this road. You're going to shit yourself. And you're in like a nice neighborhood where I'm like, I actually don't really think people would check on me. But inevitably when they do, I'll have shit myself. And I don't want to live that life. So I sat down on this.
Yeah, but if you're gonna shit yourself, you want to do it in a method that's passed out. Like I remember.
At least I have the excuse.
I remember watching a thing where somebody says like, if I feel like if I'm about to shit myself, my plan is to pretend I'm having a seizure and fall on the ground. And I'm like, yeah, I've had that plan since I was 8 years old.
Yeah, it's
that's
the
exactly
best
how you
fucking
do
plan.
it. If you're gonna shit yourself, you want to make it look like there was something terrible happened. You don't want to be like, Well,
I've
prayed
crapped
with the devil.
myself. And here's the thing. I think we've maybe talked about this before. There's a larger group of people than than I think most of us understand who have shit themselves as an adult.
Yeah.
That number's significantly larger than many people think it is. And I'm not part of that group yet, but I don't necessarily want to enter that group in a public setting. Like, if I'm going to shit myself as an adult, I think I'd maybe like to be home first.
Yeah, for me, it's got to be like I'm trying to get home and like a bad sneeze just gets
just takes you out.
A little bit of a catch-up shake, like, God damn it.
Yeah.
All right.
So
that's a safe place.
Yeah, that's at least like, okay, I'm in my zone. I can shit myself at home and feel shame alone. I don't need to feel it on the streets. So I sit down for a minute or a couple minutes, because I genuinely was like, I truly feel like I'm going to pass out. I'm so lightheaded. And so I sit down for a little bit. The urge to shit becomes predominantly more important than the need to pass out. And so I start moving again. And there's like a little section of the walk that kind of shoots off into a forested area. And I was looking ahead to this area going, okay, plan B is I'm just going to duck off into that section. I'm going to have violent shits, and then I'm going to shame walk my ass home. And I'm going to just have to accept that this is my reality. And as I'm approaching, I'm not very good at math, but I'm watching another woman. I'm watching another person.
Yeah, it's reminding me of that line, like the plan was calculated, but it turns out I'm not very good at math.
Yeah. So the plan's calculated, and I'm watching another person walk towards me, and I'm not very good at math. So those train problems that are like two trains are going at this speed in opposite directions, when will they meet? I'm not good at that, but I can tell from the way she's walking and the way I'm walking that I don't get to shit in the woods anymore. And so that was fucking upsetting, because plan B is now off the table. And we're back to plan A, which is to continue walking to my fucking house.
Very quick.
Yeah. Plan B was becoming the primary fucking plan pretty much instantaneously after being formed. And I was like, you son of a bitch, you've ruined it. So I'm continuing my scuttle as I'm like, oh no, plan B is off the table. And I round the corner, and I'm so close to my house. I round the corner, and there's a man with two dogs that my dog likes to beef with. And I literally said, are you fucking kidding me?
Yep.
Because I was like, she's just going to pull, and then I have to clench all these muscles in my body that are busy trying not to shit myself. So that the man was nice enough that he just crossed the street. I think he saw that like something's happening here, and I need to just give you a periphery.
The distress in your pupils.
Yeah, probably. I'm like, I probably look fucking pale, because the last time I think I felt the way that the passing out feeling, a friend of mine came up to me and was like, are you fucking okay? Because all the blood is not in your face anymore. Anyway.
All from like diarrhea? Was it diarrhea? Or
no,
was it just
that time
pooping?
I had given blood. So that might be part of why.
Okay.
But I was like, I feel this level of like, I'm gonna lose consciousness here, which is not like a super normal feeling when I need to shit myself. So that was fun. And again, the whole time I'm also like, I want to throw up. So I finally get to my house, thank God. And thank God there's a bathroom on the second floor, and I didn't have to go like all the way upstairs to my room. And I get in there, and I give my fucking sacrifices to the porcelain gods. Gamage, I can't even explain to you. I stopped eating gluten so long ago. And so I haven't dealt with this particular set of horrible instances in a very long time. I was on the toilet fucking cold sweating so hard that the entire like sweatshirt that I was wearing was wet, like all the way through. I was like, this is fucking horrible. I don't know how I did this every day as a fucking 12-year-old kid. Awful. And then it got so
your body
dire.
was probably more used to it then.
Oh yeah, no, I was for sure
why did you eat gluten knowing you were gonna run?
No, I didn't eat gluten. It's just the similar feeling, because I used to feel it used to feel like getting smacked with the flu like 15 minutes after eating, basically. The situation got so dire at one point that I'm sitting there like sweating into my sleeves, just fully buckled over my legs, like folded forward, and had a moment where I was like, why do I even do things for myself? Why did I even
Yeah.
go on a run? Like, why would I even possibly think that this was a good fucking idea? This is horrible.
Yep.
I was like, and people who run do this shit all the time. Because I know
Yeah.
people who have run and been like, I shit on somebody's lawn. Because I had to go that fucking bad. And that's horrible. Yeah. And then I took a nap on the toilet. Because I was in there for like 45 minutes and was exhausted. It was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely like a whole science to it. Like that's why you start with stretches before you go out. I mean, obviously you're starting with stretches because like stretches will kind of help you kind of feel your body and go like, I think I'm gonna need to camp out. And then also remember what you ate for dinner.
Dude, try shitting before you run.
Yeah.
If you can make that happen, go off.
I mean, you could use the treadmill, but like it's not the same.
No,
I get on the treadmill and I like lose my motive.
Yeah, it's like I don't really mind treadmills, but I really have to have something else to focus on. Like when I used to go to the gym a lot, I would have to look at the TV with also subtitles because I'm like, if I'm not actively consuming something that is like engaging my brain in some way, I don't want to be there.
Yeah. ADD.
Anyway, so I didn't shit myself is really the long and the short of the story. And I went running the next day and didn't shit myself. So perseverance, I guess, is the moral here.
Well, I mean, Murphy's Law, it's going to happen sooner or later.
Yeah, when I finally do shit myself, hopefully I don't pass out. Or throw up at the same time, because that would suck.
You have a starter?
I'm sorry, was that not the poop story? Or do you want to... Oh, you mean the... Welcome to We Have That Podcast at Home, the only podcast to proudly announce that neither of us have shit ourselves. I'm on-brand Rachel.
And I'm on-brand Gamage, and each week we spin a wheel to figure out what next week's podcast episode is going to be about. We haven't spun a wheel in a bit because we've just been following all of the Michael Bay Transformers live-action movies. We are on the final one now, Transformers Rise of the Beast. And before we begin, I did want to start with an apology for how mean I came across last week. I was editing the episode, and when you asked about cars being on Cybertron, I disregarded your question and did a bit. And it came across like I was listening to it, and it came across like I was haranguing you for fixating on the silly small details, but that wasn't my intention or what I was doing. No, I was excited and passionate about the authenticity of Cybertron that like I just did a bit. Like it was just a bit, like it wasn't anything like me getting mad at you or anything like that. But your question was innocent, and I didn't even answer your question regarding the biological nature of these beings. Yes, Rachel, they turn into cars and jets on Cybertron. So it's not strange within context. Actually, they're cooler looking on Cybertron. Like, it was like, fact checker, pull up a pic of like pre-Transformers Optimus Prime, like what Optimus looks like on Cybertron. It looks really cool. But yes, that is normal. That is normal, and sorry that I did not answer your question.
Thank you.
I know your exposure to this franchise is like might be isolated to Michael Bay, so I don't hold it against you.
My exposure for literally this entire franchise is isolated to Michael Bay, so the whole concept of them coming to Earth and then emulating things we've already created, and then us being on Cybertron and them already being cars, I was like, well, what the fuck is that?
See, that I was used to. So that was Tuesday for me, and for you, you were like, I'm in Italy now, and the pasta names are all long, and I just wanted macaroni.
What's happening. I just want to be back on my porch.
Yeah, it really doesn't help that the first movie has them looking like weird robo-mutants. Like, it shows Optimus Prime, like, tiptoeing, and he looks fucking weird and gangly. He looks like a tweaker wearing a cyber suit. But then they scan the cars and then turn into cars. But Michael Bay is wrong, so just so you know.
Yeah, no, I mean, I figured everything...
No, not that, no.
Yeah,
I mean, that is what I was talking about.
I figured everything that Michael Bay does is wrong, but I was like, I truly don't know if this is outlandish or correct.
I mean, yeah, you got it, Brittany.
She's swift. Oh, damn, he looks fucking neatos. Yeah, see, he looks like a futuristic car.
Yeah,
Which
like
makes
all
more
the cars
sense.
and
Yeah.
planes. Like if you ever played War for Cybertron, that game, which is what that first image is from, War for Cybertron, incredible game like that. Like I always like Beast Wars over Transformers, and then that game like reignited a hidden love I didn't know I had. Um,
Yeah, well,
yeah,
this makes more sense because I feel like, and I might be wrong, the
you were
cars
thrown into it
that they
last week. I
were,
get it.
well, I feel like the cars that they were very like, here from Earth, and this is a very futuristic vehicle that I feel
Yeah.
like makes more sense for a planet of futuristic fucking robot people.
That being said, let's get into this. We watched Transformers Rise of the Beast. I was actually excited for this one because I
Beasts.
heard that it features the Maximals from Beast Wars, which I'm a pretty big fan of. And what's unique about this scenario is that you were just at my house like a week ago when I was rewatching the last chunk of Beast Wars. So you actually have
I know.
a level of context for some of the characters
I
in
was
this.
genuinely quite thrilled when I realized that the Maximals were in this, which I kind of assumed, obviously, based off of the
Yeah.
name. But I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Like, I actually fucking know these characters, which was neato.
But did the addition of the Maximals pay off, Rachel?
Gamage, I thought they were neat, but I don't know if I would say that.
In my garbage opinion, I think it paid off. Also, no. Look,
I think it's like
to continue the food analogy that I used last week, because like I described how Bumblebee was like a hot and fresh McDonald's quarter pounder, where it's like, it's fresh and it beats whatever you were just doing, but later it's going to cause a heart attack. This movie is the Jack in the Box tacos of these movies.
What disappointed me is I wanted them to be used more, because I felt like it was kind of not quite to the level of when they introduced the dinosaur versions, where they weren't really used at all.
Far better
but
than
I was
that.
like, God damn, I would have loved to see more of them. And that's the part where I'm like, I don't know if it, I guess not that it didn't pay off. I just wanted more. So I guess it did pay off.
So for me, Rachel, I unironically loved this movie so much. It is the top of these movies so far for me. It's so rad. It's rad. Like you were at my house watching Beast Wars, and you watched that part where like there was Tiger Hawk fighting the Megatron that's a dragon form, and they're like fighting, and I'm like, this shit's rad. And that's what this movie was for me. Like it's got the kind of the same feeling. I had so much fun with this movie. This movie's stupid, but best believe I was grinning like an idiot the entire time. This movie made me feel like a stupid child, which is, I think, the only way you can enjoy this movie is by emulating a stupid child.
By emulating. Gamage, this may or may not come as a shock to you, but I actually also really enjoyed this film, and I too had a moment where I was like, wow, if I were a 12-year-old kid, this would be the coolest fucking shit on the planet. And I can appreciate that shit as an adult. Because I was like, this is what this entire fucking series should have been.
Exactly. It's like this movie isn't. If you look at it this from like a movie critique point of view, you're like, I mean, it's kind of bullshit and crazy and stupid. But like at the same time, like this is Transformers. This is how it should have been day one. Well, this is not what it's been day one, but this is what it should have been.
This is Transformers. It's significantly more family friendly, which is like Transformers are a kid thing.
It was, wasn't it?
Oh my God. Like the last two,
really
I think
was.
have done a good job of being family friendly. But this one continued that trend, obviously. And also, I thought it was one of the better stories that all of this entire series has told.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a groundbreaking story by any means, but like by the end, I'm like, I can't really tell what the character growth was or the moral of the story, but I enjoyed it, and I
had a good time along the way.
I wasn't picking apart the plot, and that's the important part.
No, I was actually watching this movie, and I had like almost no notes because I was like, I'm having a good time. Like, I don't really have a lot to say. I have
to make up things to say, honestly, because like I don't have a whole lot to say. I'm glad you fucking ran our time out with your poop
shit story, yeah.
Because I'm like, I was prepared for this one to be only 20 minutes long, but it's fine.
Yeah, no, I mean, Yeah, no, I have very little notes about
I
this.
really enjoyed this movie, and this is the perfect jump off point into the last of the Transformer movies, in my opinion. All right, so Transformer: Rise of the Beast is a 2023 American science fiction action film based on Hasbro's Transformers toy line and primarily influenced by its Beast Wars sub-franchise. It's the 7th installment of the Transformers film series, serving as a sequel to Bumblebee. So we're on a different branch now, a better branch, I think.
I would agree.
The film is directed by Stephen Capel Jr. from a screenplay by Joby Harold, Darnell Mateer, Josh Peters, Eric Hober, and John Hober, based on a story by Harold. God, a lot of names. Michael Bay, again, serves as producer. So Michael Bay only put his money into this. He really had no...
Thank God, because I think when we stopped letting him direct, at least in the last two, there's been improvements made.
The film stars Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback alongside the voices of Ron Perlman, Peter Dinklage, Michelle Yeoh, Pete Davidson, Liza Koshy, Michaela J. Rodriguez, Coleman Domingo, Cristo Fernandez, Tongai Kirisa. I'm sorry, I fucked that up, man. Peter Cullen, John DiMaggio, and David Sobolov.
There's a lot of fucking famous people.
Yeah. Some less famous, but I think that's fine. Set in 1994, the film follows ex-military electronics expert Noah Diaz and artifact researcher Eleanor Wallace as they help the Autobots and the Maximals protect an artifact known. I mean, we'll get into the plot in a second. The budget for this movie was $195 to $200 million. Box office, $441.7 million. So this, I think, might have been the lowest grossing one.
Did you say, how much did you say it made?
441.7 million.
Okay, I don't know why. For some reason, my brain locked on the 4 and the 0.7, and I was like, did he just say it only made 4.7 or like $40.7 million? And I was like, how the fuck? And then I was like, I heard this wrong. Something went wrong here.
All right, so I'm gonna let you take over. I am not gonna interrupt you, but please take your time. You don't need to rush through this.
We're good. Really fast because I'm super good at it.
Fast reading it hurts sometimes to do, and I get it. So I mean, just take your time. There's no pressure. I could speed you up after, make you sound like a chipmunk if I wanted.
Ooh, that'd be so fun though. Do it.
I've done it a couple times. I don't think you've noticed if you heard in like previous episodes where like you'll be talking and then like it's so boring that I just kind of speed you up a little bit.
You're
or
like,
I
just
fade
make
you
Rachel
out to,
talk faster.
No,
you do fade it out a lot
you're talking
too.
and I fade you out to like clown music. That's my favorite. That's my favorite thing to do. And then okay, all right.
A long, long time ago, and also in the future, in a galaxy far, far away, but also maybe here, the world-eating Unicron sends his general Scourge to find this movie's MacGuffin, which is a teleporting, time-traveling key called the Transwarp Key. The Transwarp Key is protected by the Maximals, who are led by Apeling? Who's to say? Not sure. That can't possibly be right. No, it's spelled with a Q and everything. Jesus. Anyway, Scourge kills him, so now Optimus Primal is in charge. He's a cultural and historical descendant of the Autobot leader Optimus Prime, so saith the internet. The Maximals use the Transwarp Key to escape to Earth, where they proceed to the... To escape to Earth, where they proceed to the key in fear that Unicron would destroy the entire universe with it. Fast forward or rewind, depending on how the fuck you look at time, to the year 1994 in New York City. Noah Diaz, an ex-military electronics expert, as you heard before, struggles to find a job to support his little brother Chris, who suffers from sickle cell anemia. Due to not getting a job because the 90s are racist, Noah turns to crime, which is also racist. Upon attempting to steal a parked Porsche, he stumbles upon a disguised Autobot named Mirage. Not to be confused with Mirage from the third Transformers movie, Dark of the Moon, because that one was red and got named Dio due to some licensing rights that I'm not going to struggle to learn and incorrectly convey here. Meanwhile, underappreciated museum intern Elena, attempts to learn more about a mysterious falcon statue when it breaks open to reveal half of the transwarp key. This alerts every Transformer on Earth, beginning a call of action from Optimus Prime. Bumblebee, RC, and Mirage, housing a very confused Noah, arrive to learn about this movie's plot device and enlist Noah's help. Hot on their heels is the Terracons, which are basically Unicron's Transformer army. During a fight between the two factions, Bumblebee is killed, and it's equally as abrupt as it is in this sentence. The Maximal Air Razor flies in to help the Autobots. Thank you. I was like, I know that this isn't that hard, but I feel like every time I read it, my brain goes... Every time I tried to type her name out, I wanted to do 2 words or 2 R's at least, but no, it's just 1 R, so... No. Anyway, the Maximal Air Razor flies in to help the Autobots escape certain doom, giving up the transwarp key in the process. Elena deduces that the other half of the key is hidden in a temple in Peru. The cargo plane Autobot Stratosphere takes them to Peru, where they meet with Wheeljack, who leads them to a temple. However, the other half of the key is revealed to be no longer there. The Terracons attack again, and Scourge corrupts Air Razor with Dark Energon. Subsequently, the Autobots meet Primal and the Maximals, who entrusted the second half of the key to a human tribe they have worked with for millennia. Scourge's corruption takes over Air Razor, whom Primal reluctantly kills at her request to save Elena in the chaos. Noah attempts to destroy the second half of the key, but Optimus Prime, not Primal, convinces him otherwise. Scourge steals it and then reassembles the two halves, erecting a tower and opening a portal above Earth for Unicron to enter. The Autobots and Maximals stage one final stand against Scourge, where Elena sneaks in to stop the giant portal machine. Wait, is this just the plot of the third movie? I feel like it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Mirage mostly dies, but transforms into power armor for Noah, which made little to no sense, because he also condensed his ass down into a significantly smaller shape. As Bumblebee gets revived by some Energon interference from Unicron's arrival, Prime kills Scourge, but it destroys the console to the tower. Prime, having egg on his face after convincing Noah not to destroy the key, decides the only way to win is to destroy the key. This causes the portal that Unicron is coming through to implode, and Jesus Christ, this is really just the same movie. Noah goes home, fixes Mirage, and joins G.I. Joe. No, that's not a joke. That's literally how the movie ends. Of course, they have the funds to cover Chris's healthcare. Yo, Joe, I guess.
Fascinating. Yeah.
I literally went pfft when I watched that happen in the film.
When it happened, when you were just like, oh, our organization, I'm like, oh, is this Sector 7? Are we just doing Sector 7 again? I'm so sick of Sector 7. And then he says, welcome to G.I. Joe. And I'm like, no.
Nope, different plot.
We already did G.I. Joe with Channing Tatum, and it sucked so much that it refused to come back. G.I. Joe was not in the second G.I. Joe movie. It was that bonkers.
Nope, we're bringing it back. They're like, the redos of Transformers aren't performing well, but they are better. So,
well, Hasbro's
Joe.
Trying to get, because the first Transformer movie came out, and then the G.I. Joe movie came out, and I think the first one did okay, and I think it wasn't a good movie, but it was watchable, and then the second one was really, really bad, and like Channing Tatum and most of the people were like, nah, just kill me, I don't want to be in it, and then they weren't.
I'm out. Do you think Mattel made Barbie because they're trying to compete with Hasbro popping off over here?
There was no need to compete. They did it because they noticed that, I'm sure that the CEOs were having brunch somewhere, and the CEO of Hasbro was just like, oh no, man, like those movies sucked and they were a money drain thing, but people bought a lot of Transformers after that.
Well, and Mattel kind of slayed it on a film.
Yeah, well, because their movie had writers and themes. Like, the difference is that Transformers caters to little boys, so you don't have to do a whole lot. Whereas Mattel is like Barbie, so you have to like, Barbie's already kind of a controversial icon. Like, you have to make it in such a way that it appeals to everybody's sensibilities. It has to make it so that like the people who think Barbie is just reduced to a sex icon are going to be able to think a little bit more. And the people, yes?
I'm sorry, you started describing why Barbie needed to be better, and I was like, and ain't this the most perfect parallel for fucking gender norms? No, not you mansplaining, but I was just like, this is such a perfect parallel of being like, men don't have to do anything. But women have to really make sure everything is perfect for them to be liked. And it made me laugh.
Man, promise me, Rachel. I mean, promise me you watch the actual Transformers, the movie. But also promise me that by next week you watch The Handmaiden on Hulu.
Yeah, I can do that.
Please, yes. Okay. You don't need to take notes on it. All right. So, did you watch this movie as a kid, Rachel?
No, this movie came out A, when I was an adult, and B, I haven't watched them since Shia LaBeouf was in them as a kid.
I mean, this movie came out 2 years ago. It's a very, very recent movie.
So I was almost like a full adult, you know?
Almost
2 years
a full
ago?
adult.
Yeah.
2 years ago, you were about there.
Yeah,
I
was
definitely
getting there.
watched this
I think
movie
I've
as a
regressed.
kid. My inner child came out and was excited the whole time.
Me and
Then he's
12-year-old
like,
me watched
"What did you want to
this.
do for dinner?" And I'm all like, "Dino
know.
nuggies and grilled cheese." That's what I wanted.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, you just
Actually,
said
no, I
that.
think we did corn dogs.
And I was like, dino nuggets, grilled cheese, and tomato soup actually sounds pretty baller.
Are the Impossible nuggets, are they gluten-free as
I don't
well?
think Impossible meat is gluten-free, because I think
Oh.
when I was being a
makes sense.
vegetarian, I was trying Beyond Meat because Impossible was not friendly for me.
I mean, tofu's gluten-free. You could
Tofu
do a
is
lot with
gluten-free.
tofu.
That is factually true.
I mean,
I'm also-
tofu and black bean, you can definitely make pretty good burger patties out of that.
Oh, dude,
Welcome to our vegan channel.
black bean burgers slap. They're so fucking good. Because you mix a bunch of different beans and like jalapenos and onions and shit, and it's delightful. 12 out of 10.
I couldn't make the black bean work as well. What I do though is I get black beans, I drain them, rinse them, and then dry them, and then I put them in the air fryer with oil and then like some seasoning on there until they crisp up. It's usually like
That sounds
14
delightful.
minutes. But they come out like I put that on my tacos. Like it's taco meat. It's so delicious.
I'll
Like, that's how
send
do
you
it.
I'll send you the recipe that I have for black bean burgers, and you'll have to let me know if it works out for you.
I'll try it.
Because I loved them, and I get that it's not necessarily everybody's deal, but I
Yeah.
thought they were fucking splendid. Particularly if you get like a solid jalapeno for them, fucking delightful.
I might skip the jalapeno. That's not quite my
Not your
thing.
vibe. You don't like spicy
Maybe
food?
maybe green chilies. I really like. I like mild spicy. I like there's a little bit of heat there. Like
Okay.
there's a little
little bit of
dance
zest.
happening.
Okay,
But
fair
I don't
enough.
I don't like spice because I feel like it has just warped food into this gauntlet of like
I do think that's fair.
I don't know why everything needs to be a competition or a challenge. Look, I just want to like put something in my mouth, go, and then go to bed. And like now I gotta like, what level of spice do you want? Like, stop it. Please stop it.
I don't enjoy spice when we've transcended past this is a flavor profile that is enhancing your experience to I'm just trying to see how much pain you'll tolerate while eating. Because weirdly enough, I eat to enjoy food. Not
right? Yeah,
to
crazy.
fucking hate myself. So, yeah, I don't fucking get it.
Would you recommend this movie, Rachel?
Yeah, I would recommend this movie. This is actually, I think, the top movie that I would recommend from all 7 that we've watched.
Yeah, I mean, me too. Yeah.
I would like skip all of the rest of them. Bumblebee was not bad. But
yeah,
I would
Bumblebee
be
was
like,
fine.
you could probably just start here, and that's okay.
I think Bumblebee is just an okay kind of mediocre movie, but like as a Transformers movie, kind of falls flat. It's kind of like I said, it's like a kind of a watered down Iron Giant that's not as good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
Whereas this movie, this is
a Transformers movie. Yeah. I would agree.
I transcended. Speaking of, I think the main theme of this movie is to buy our new Beast Wars figures now that the kids that watch the show are older and have money.
And
well, joke's on
maybe
you. I don't have money.
You're like, so I can't.
I genuinely, I don't really know what else the theme could be. I think teamwork makes the dream work was like the
I think
kind
teamwork was what they were shooting for, but it just wasn't really emphasized and fell super flat, and so it doesn't really come across at all.
Yeah, Noah and Optimus are kind of at odds and like for the entire movie, and then by the end they're like, we're together now. And I think that kind of shows with how like Noah kind of became one with the Transformers. So like I feel like that was kind of like the joining of two houses, so to speak.
Well, and it was one of those themes that kind of gets shoved down your throat and it's very obvious. It was not something that I think was expressed subtly at any point, because it's pointed out at the very beginning of, oh, you're not getting this job because you don't have teamwork, and also I'm a racist. And then
teamwork is the reason we're giving, but also we don't want you people here, was like his words. And it's like, teamwork, okay.
But then, like, even him being at odds with Optimus Prime, I don't think was ever really fleshed out enough that then when they became teammates, that it had a really meaningful impact. Because I'm like, you've also just been working together pretty much straight up the whole time. And you only
they're just talking shit behind each other's backs.
Devised this plan to be... Yeah, and it's just like, it wasn't very powerful. And it could have been, but it fell flat.
Also, I will say that the whole Mirage turning into armor for Noah, that's canon. That's a real Transformers thing.
I was wondering.
I'm sorry, Rachel. Yes, yes, it is.
The part that got me was that he was condensed down so much.
Yeah.
And that was just
I agree
weird.
with that.
I was like, where did you go?
I mean, I've seen weirder things in these movies.
Oh my God. But, I mean, so much weirder. There was a
like in the original
belt on fucking Mark Wahlberg at one point.
Jesus, yeah. But yeah, like in the original Transformers, Daniel Witwicky had like a power armor thing too, from like it's one of the headmasters, I think. Yes, Witwicky. I said Witwicky. There were Witwickies in the original.
I mean, they had to have gotten it from somewhere.
And I don't want to talk about it. All right.
Moving on.
Character design, including how they move and sound, incredible. Except Bumblebee, who still got the Michael Bay chromosomes, I guess.
Yeah, they really short end of the stick that bitch. It was kind of a bummer. Like, I get why, but I was like,
he's kind of become the face now, and like I feel like now they're like, well, we can't change Bumblebee now. That's been
shocking because you've changed him every fucking film. So it's like we couldn't do it for this one. Yeah, I know, but they could have given him like slight upgrades, just a little.
Yeah, sure. Especially because like Optimus Prime is fucking picturesque. Like that is Optimus Prime. Also, I love how the first couple times you see Optimus, he's speaking through his face shield, and like it's great. Then they do remove it a couple times so he could show off his weird Transformer lips, and I don't know what their obsession with the lips are. I was gonna
say, did you notice that there was a little bit of course correcting in the wrong way, where for I think Scourge, when you look at his mouth, he has like reverse lips where they're like sucking into his face. And I was like, this isn't quite getting rid of lips, guys. This isn't what we meant.
It had something to do with Peter Dinklage's mocap. I don't know. But also, AirRaiser, God, the Maximals look and sound fantastic. Incredible. My only gripe is that we don't see AirRaiser's robot form.
Okay, my
a crime.
Biggest gripe with this film is I would agree with you there, but also I wanted so much more of the primals because they're so fucking cool. And then we get like 2 seconds. Maximals. We get like 2 seconds of them being transformed into their robot forms. Then we like pretty much, we never really get to see a whole lot of it. And I'm like, oh.
I was glued to the screen. I was like trying to like get like one good image of them. Like you only really see Primal up close, but like Rhinox and Cheetor, I'm like, oh, come on. Like, but honestly, I was having fun at this movie, and then it got to the part where they're like, Maximals, Autobots, roll out. And I was like,
thank God.
And then he says, maximize. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm back in. I'm so pumped right now.
I love that they actually threw in both of the lines, too. I was like, finally, it took us 7 films to hear the proper line without any weird additions or changes.
I feel like they said roll out.
I think they've said it like once before, but as just roll out. Because all of the other films, there's like something weird added or shoved into the middle, and they're kind of doing Autobots roll out, but you're adding strange flavor to the sides.
Yeah. And thank you, fact checker, for posting Daniel Witwicky in his armor. That's funny to look at. Look at it.
And also Air-Razor.
Yeah, that's the action figure.
That's so baller, though.
I mean, it looks really close to the original. Can we?
I loved Air-Razor's design. The beak was so fucking cool.
I will say that, like, I'm trying to find like a GIF of Air-Razor in the original Beast Wars, but I can't really see anything that's good. There's something here that I'm gonna take a better look at later because it looks like Black Arachnia and Air-Razor, but this looks very updated, which makes me think that maybe I need to go out and look for more.
Is Black Arachnia cheating on the wolf guy?
No.
Or is this
she's
a new?
Just like.
It looks like
I think this is a new
smooch.
thing. Well, it definitely kisses her cheek. But Air-Razor. Oh, look, Brittany, thank you for having it. That is Air-Razor.
That's a baller form.
Yeah, it is.
I love the
Air-Razor,
fucking beak
by the way.
shield.
Yeah, Air-Razor, by the way, is a falcon, a peregrine falcon, who is a falcon, even though in the movie her design is a hawk, but they do call her falcon. But it is interesting because in the original Beast Wars, she fuses with Tigertron and becomes Tiger Hawk, not Tiger Falcon, which is weird. But it is. I like this like continuity of like we're not sure what the difference between falcons and hawks are.
We're gonna consistently be inconsistent,
and I'm not willing to learn it.
I will know nothing about birds before, during, and after this.
I both like and hate Air-Razor's beak design because like it's kind of cool how it like shifts in and out, but at the same time it's also like, man, Transformers really loves their lips on robots. They really. They could have just animated a beak; it would have been fine. I wouldn't have second guessed it. But like, it has like this shifting.
It has like machinery, but the thing is, I feel like if you weren't exposed to so many weird fucking lips, you would have enjoyed this because it's a neat, unique design, and I do understand where you're coming from because I think it took me a minute when I was watching to decide if I liked it, and then at some point, 12-year-old me went, "No, that's badass. That's fucking cool."
I also think Unicron's design is very classic. Like the bit we see of Unicron looks pretty good. I'm not wild about RC being a motorcycle again, but she looks like RC. She looks like RC, and I can't complain.
I was gonna ask. I was like, but does she hold up?
That's how. I think she's fine. Like we don't really get a whole lot of her, but like being an RC fan, I'm just glad to see her. Like
that she exists.
A motorcycle,
properly.
Sure. It's fine. It's I also really like the Terracons, the design of them, like the bird one or the jet one, and then a tow truck that had like a mace. I don't know their names, unfortunately. I also really, really love the design that Scourge had, like emblems of his kills.
Yeah,
Incredible.
That was fucking cool. Well, especially when he's transformed into his big ass truck. There's a scene.
And they're on the grill.
Yeah, which is so fucking
cool.
Neat. That was
clean,
awesome. And that was
I had so much fun with it.
They're like they show a scene of him taking a piece of a kill and doing that, but I feel like this is one of those things where there wasn't a whole shitload of exposition around it. So it was just
show don't tell, totally.
Yeah, so it was just an enjoyable little feature happening in the background, and it was fucking neato.
It was also very Easter eggy because there's so many different like factions in there too.
Yes.
Like it's got Autobots, it had Predacons in there. Predacons were the enemies of the Maximals. So like, this exists in a world where Predacons were a thing. Like it had so much going for it. And I was like, damn, that's clean.
Yeah, no, I love that. It was fucking cool.
I wasn't expecting to like Mirage as much as I did, but I loved Mirage. It's crazy because I'm like, that's Pete Davidson. I didn't think Pete Davidson being a talking car was going to pan out, but I thought it was one of the best things about this movie. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Did you not?
What?
I was asking, did you not? Your silence is...
No, I was trying to think about what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Brittany.
Initially... I feel like I wasn't super hyped on Mirage, and then very quickly was like, you know what? I actually do really like this little fucking robot. I'm a fan.
He's like, I like the way he spoke. Like, it's very kind of hot rod, but like, I'm fine with this. Like, I had a lot of fun with it, and honestly, I didn't think I would like this like Pete Davidson bromance with Noah so much.
I also just really enjoyed that the focus wasn't on Bumblebee and Optimus Prime for like the first time in a film. Like obviously Optimus is in there and there's stuff going on, but I think this is the first time we see Optimus Prime facing something that isn't just a fight.
Yeah, and I mean, Bumblebee was so much not the focus that when Bumblebee dies, I'm like, oh, like I wasn't really that affected. Like I feel like this, it was kind of the death where it's just like, oh, Bumblebee, everybody's favorite. And then it's just like, I just watched all of the movies in a row. So like but it still didn't impact me like at all. I will say though.
The way they did it was dumb. And then I think also because he died in the exactly previous film, you're like, okay, like they're going to bring him back. We're just going to do the thing that we did with Optimus where he dies a bunch of times and then gets brought back. So I think it just got to a point where it's just old.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, well, we do need a change. I agree. But I will say that, like, I was like, meh. But when he got revived, I was kind of hype. Like, I'm like, damn, especially because they're playing like "Mama Said Knock You Out," and I'm like, this is a great song to put it with. And then the Bumblebee driving through fucking Terracons with Noah on top, like shooting, was like.
Yeah, that was a sick scene.
This is rad. This is so rad. This is so rad.
And that's
I'm having
the
a good time.
Thing. A Transformers film should be rad.
It should be rad. It should be rad. And we've been
fucking missing this particular descriptor for these films until now.
Because it was like 50-year-old men being like, this is rad. It's got military and trucks. And it's just like you missed the rad. You don't know what rad.
Yeah. you do not know the meaning of this word.
My notes are very sparse. So I do have down here racism reversal, because I did notice that this movie was trying to like, hey, racism's real and it's bad, guys. And it's just like, oh, okay, all right, okay, Transformers.
I thought that was so funny. I was like, I'm glad we maybe took a look back on our past and went, ooh, maybe no.
But also, they could have just not have it at all. Like, it didn't have to be the central plot.
Yeah.
Because at its core, this movie's about selling toys. Like, you're selling toys, and I think that this movie did the best at it, but I didn't need messaging. Look, I'm not sitting here being the white guy being like, Transformers is woke and it's telling me racism. Like, but it's just that it's so tone deaf after 6 fucking movies of this shit.
Well, it's tone deaf after 6 movies of like pretty rampant racism. But then I think the problem is like, it's not really given a lot of respect also, which is, I think, a little bit where it's like, okay, so like you're tone deaf and you're not actually really addressing the problem.
Agreed. Let's see. My next point is really just watch Spider-Man instead.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I'm still on Spider-Man. Damn, it was so good.
I will be watching this again. Spider-Man, not Transformers.
I mean, I watched this movie twice, and I almost put it on again today. I was like, I almost kind of want to put it on just to have it fresh in my mind, because I had that much fun with it where I watched it once for the podcast, the second time for the notes, and then I almost watched it another time just for me. Enjoy it. Just for me. I don't do that with these movies.
I gotta be honest with you. I think the Transformers movie that I will be repeating is the fucking Bananas one, because I need to expose another human being in my life to this blindly so that they can understand how buck fucking wild shit got. The second Mark Wahlberg one.
The last night? Yeah,
it's utterly so fucking insane plot lines happening that like barely all come to a conclusion because there's 16 of them.
God, look at that Cheetor. That looks incredible.
He looks
fuck.
Dope. What the fuck? I actually really like the way they did the hair on Cheetor. Honestly, the way they did the hair and feathers on everybody.
Not sure about that Optimus Primal monkey mask. Not sure about it being on a black kid either.
I really love the Optimus Primal Transformer thing that makes it kind of look like they're butt fucking.
It is weird.
It's just an interesting angle to stick those at.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of weird shit. Next point. What did you think about organic webbing in Spider-Man? What did you think about that?
I liked it. I'm not opposed to organic webbing.
I am.
I know you
I'm
are.
infamously
I know.
opposed to organic webbing.
But you asked how
but
I
liked
felt about it.
I thought it worked because it kind of put Peter in this kind of like situation of like where he doesn't know how web shooting works, and that was kind of a fun dynamic where he was like relearning things, and I like that it kind of like messed with his actual web shooters. Like there's some fun bits to it. I kind of hope that it's not permanent. I like web shooters. I like the techiness of it. It highlights how smart Peter Parker is and doesn't undermine that he's a genius.
I really liked the parallels that it offered for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and then we never really got a portion of films where Tom Holland's Spider-Man like doesn't know what he's kind of doing. So I agree with you that it was fun.
The learning curve.
To have him experience I don't know how to swing and I'm running into shit and I don't know how this works.
It would have sucked if we already had that. Like if we already had the learning again.
But we never got it.
That's like classic Cheetor.
This is kind of fun.
That looks like classic Cheetor, but it also looks like the laziest transformer I've ever seen ever.
That looks
like
fucking wild.
Where it just kind of folds out from the belly. I hate that. I love how all over the place we are in this episode. Let's we already talked about Beast Wars. This is just stitched together from the other movies.
There's more butt fucking happening.
I thought that you're looking at that.
Yeah.
No, I thought that this movie was stitched together from the other movies in that they wanted to show how those tropes that were already done to be correct. Like they did the MacGuffin, the way home, the portal, the thing coming through, Unicron. Like they did all that were done in the other movies, but like the best way.
Or at least the only way that at a minimum, the significantly better way.
Yeah, by a lot.
Yeah.
So what went wrong?
That's a good question, actually, because I don't think there's a whole lot that is inherently terrible about this film. Because, I think the thing is everything's just kind of mediocre. Nothing's bad, but not a lot of things are, good enough.
Yeah. This movie was all new nostalgia bait for 90s kids, and it's very eye candy, but cheap eye candy, because the CG wasn't great. But I think the biggest issue was the long-lasting damage of the other ones. I heard about Rise of the Beasts, and I'm like, oh, cool, Beast Wars, but I was so not interested in watching, in going to see a Transformers movie in theaters again since the second one. I was like, meh.
Yeah,
meh.
I would say the biggest hit to their box office success, because I don't think this movie's bad, and like we said, there's a lot of points where it's really rad, actually. But yeah, when you're following it up with the most insane fucking bell curve anybody's seen in their life, like a reverse one that goes down, not up. Holy crap! I don't fucking care anymore. I would have never, if we weren't doing this, in a million years, watched any of that shit.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, because this movie was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I've, in the past, I'm bored and I'll put on, because I put on all kinds of random movies, as I just talked about today and yesterday, how I just watched random movies. I'll put on movies, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm kind of interested in that. I'll put it on the background and see if I enjoy it. And I think that's what I did for the majority of the Transformers movies, because after the second one, I'm like, all right, I'm done. I think these are dumb.
Yep.
And that's how I watched Bumblebee, but that's kind of how I would have watched this one eventually. But yeah, it would never been a conscious decision to go out of my way to watch this movie, and I kind of hate that, because I would have loved this movie in theaters.
Yeah. No, this would have been a film that it's not that planes do this anymore, but if this was the in-flight movie that you were obligated to watch and it's the only one that worked, I might have watched it in that context. But I would have been
cheering on that plane.
I probably would have taken a nap instead.
Next point is we already talked about Bumblebee. Are we not going to talk about how they all got in that guy's butthole?
Yeah, what the fuck?
That happened. The big plane stratosphere, I think his name was.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't type that out. I copied a lot of that from Wikipedia.
I also love that he was in that for about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
He was just the device to move them place to place. And I was like, I guess I know that those types of people exist in our lives, but...
So apparently, he was in the Transformers 2 video game, and he was a pretty popular fan character. So him coming back sent a lot of people into like a tizzy of like, oh, but for me, it was lost. I didn't...
Yeah, no, it felt really
flat. There he
flat.
is. Now they're getting in his butthole. Okay.
And that's it. That's all, folks.
Mirage and Noah are a gay couple, right?
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
There was no love interest in this. Like they were kind of, yeah. Thank you, fact checker. You got it.
Shout us here. Flirting with the idea of Elena being a love interest, and you can kind of see it like a little bit,
kind of.
But they weren't committed to that process.
Pete Davidson said, "You've been inside of me."
Yeah, line. Again, there's two lines in which I'm glad I didn't have water in my mouth. And it was, welcome to G.I. Joe. And what do you mean? You've been inside of me.
Yeah, I really love their dynamic. And like, there was such, I don't know, it was such good bromance that I'm like not used to in the Transformers movies, also with Pete Davidson involved. Wow. And I enjoyed every minute of it, but they were kind of a gay couple. Like, they were dying for each other. They turned into clothes for each other, kind of, sort of, I guess.
I love the part when, because he gives Noah this like handgun thing that looks like a glove, and he goes, "Don't ask me which part of my body that came from."
Yeah, exactly.
It was so funny.
It's hilarious. I also love Anthony Ramos. Like, I if I knew he was in this movie, I would have watched it sooner. Have you watched The Beauty yet?
No, I watched the first episode. And I didn't stop it because I didn't like it. It was just one of those things that I think I got busy right afterwards. And so it fell off the map again, and I do need to restart it because I did watch that first episode and go, "Oh my God." Repeatedly, which I love.
Crazy.
I need to make I think
his character in that is really good.
I think I stopped because I wanted Ashley to watch it, and so I was like, okay, I gotta wait to show her the first episode, and then I kept forgetting to show her the first episode. So maybe I'll do that after this.
All right, and the last thing I wanted to talk about was the future, or how I became radicalized by G.I. Joe. It's really just highlighting, G.I. Joe's here, and apparently they're trying to do that. And apparently this is going to have 2 more movies after this. Transformers 8, Transformers 9, supposed to be a trilogy with this one, fact checker says, and I also looked that up a week ago, but those aren't out, so I know Transformers 1 came out and it underperformed, but I hear it's really good, but that's neither here nor there. What do you think about G.I. Joe and Transformers together finally, like peanut butter and peanut butter?
I'm intrigued, I guess, and I hope we don't circle back to just being the first film, because that's sort of where it feels like it's going. Because while we were watching this, I noted that I think this is the first one where the government isn't heavily involved, and then we got to the end, and I was like, and there it is.
Yeah.
The military's back.
Yeah, but it's G.I. Joe, which is, because I feel like the first one, and all of them actually, when they became Nest is what the organization is called, but like I think that was supposed to be like a whole G.I. Joe fucking thing. I never really liked G.I. Joe. I feel like I just didn't care about army men that much. It was kind of stupid. Like it's just guys, right? They're not Power Rangers. They're not superheroes. They don't have robots. They're just dudes. They're just guys.
Yeah, I think I watched G.I. Joe a little bit as a kid, but predominantly I enjoyed playing with G.I. Joes because they had cool shit. Like, I think one of mine
came with, also very poseable. I like that.
Yes. And so I think one of mine came with a kayak or something, and I was like, that's fucking dope. And then another one came with a scuba suit.
Sounds like a lot of fun, I guess.
Ooh, yeah, kayaking. For some. Well, it was, I don't know. I don't fucking remember. But they came with cool accoutrements that I was like, this is way better than a Barbie where her fucking elbows don't move. And that is the extent of my enjoyment of G.I. Joe, because the show's just, it's like you said, you're just guys. That's it. There's nothing else going on. How do you fucking compete?
The guns didn't even work right. They became lasers because they can't show guns on TV shows for kids, but they're lasers, so that's better. I hate that. That no trope pisses me off more than that. where it's like I'm
That
watching
laser
Spider-Man
guns
cartoons,
are like a loophole.
and all the cops have like laser guns, and it's like
Doesn't make any fucking
what
sense,
makes
man.
what makes a laser gun safe for kids to watch than an
Like,
actual gun?
Just because it's not something that's available right now? Like, is that the logic there?
I guess like a laser gun seems way more dangerous. That's just me.
Just quite a bit more violent, strangely enough.
But I'm not like super pro gun or anything, but like I don't think there's anything wrong with kind of just like, hey, this is a gun, maybe be safe with it. This is a dangerous weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just me. Hey Rachel, what have you been listening to?
I have been listening to something that I actually think you will enjoy. I assume that you are familiar with Tiny Desk Concert.
Yeah, I love Tiny Desk Concert.
My recommendation for this week is actually going to be a Tiny Desk Concert, specifically Alicia Keys' Tiny Desk Concert.
Ooh.
Because it's so good.
Oh man, I feel like people slept on Alicia Keys because like, you know, kind of popish music when she kind of came out,
Yeah.
but like
But
my
she's
mother
so
pointed out how
talented.
she played the piano and like the timing of it. And like
Yes.
ever since then, I've been like hearing it a little bit closer and I'm like, Alicia Keys is fucking talented.
Oh my God.
Hella.
Well, and I love Tiny Desk Concert for so very many reasons.
Oh yeah, they're
Because
great.
the reason I enjoy music live is because when you listen to something recorded, it's obviously like people have put a lot of work into trying to make this as perfect as
Yeah.
possible. And then when you listen to it live, you get to really understand the talent of the person that you are listening to, because there's no fixing anything that happens. It just is.
Also, especially like because things like Ray's was really good. I love Dochi's because like it's very much like we're doing this live, so we can do it a different way. We can add little variation to it.
Yeah, you can add a little fun
we could
flavor. You could just shift it as much as you want.
We could play with the space. Like it is what jazz actually is,
Yes.
where it's like jazz is kind of like this beautiful kind of jambalaya stew of music where it's like it's a bunch of things and it's kind of like some flavors are shining through and it just evolves over time into like its own thing. And like that's what I love Tiny Desk Concert when they do things like that.
Well, and you get to see how much the artist is like into what they are singing and
Yes.
playing, because you get the passion that's in their face. That's not necessarily always something that they can do when they're doing like a giant concert, and it's very showy.
Very much so.
But highly recommend Alicia Keys' Tiny Desk Concert. The set
Hell
list
yeah.
that she does is Show Me Love. There's a song on there that when she did the concert, it was the first time she had ever played it live, called Gramercy Park. That's about, it's like when you try so hard to be a people pleaser that you start folding yourself up into the shape that you think somebody wants, and then at the end of the day you're like, I've put all this love and care and time into you as a person and you don't even know who I am.
Yeah.
And it's a good fucking song. And then at the end she plays Fallen. Holy crap, fucking excellent rendition. She also plays Underdog, but I think my suggestions are going to be Gramercy Park and Fallen.
I mean, or just the
Yeah, I mean,
Desk
just watch
Concert,
the
full
entire
thing.
Tiny Desk Concert, but if I had to pick 2 songs, it would be that.
And if y'all haven't watched Dochi's Tiny Desk Concert, please do that. I think it's my favorite one because like it changes all of it into like a different kind of like a jazzy blues kind of style, and like
I haven't watched it, so I will be doing that.
you got to do that.
Done. Sold.
I think that's been my favorite Tiny Desk Concert so far. Hers and Ray's. I really like Sabrina Carpenter's.
I have.
Anyway,
hold on. Sorry. I also
Yeah.
saw. Do you know who Jesse Wells is?
Yeah.
I don't have a specific song recommendation because I'm not familiar enough with Jesse Wells to recommend a song, but I saw him
Me neither. I
live
couldn't
last
name a
night.
song.
He's fucking phenomenal.
Oh.
He's fucking fantastic live, and he played War Pigs, like a cover at one point. That shit slapped. It was so fucking
Why-
good.
I mean, I'm sure it exists, but I don't think I've ever heard a bad cover of War Pigs. Like when at the Grammys like memorial for Ozzy, when Post Malone came out and sang War Pigs, it was incredible. I'm like, wow. I didn't think badly of Post Malone's music, but like I'm definitely
you look at it in a different light. You're like, you're fucking talented. All right, got it.
Also, Chad Kroeger from Nickelback has a really good rendition of War Pigs. T-Pain, the T-Pain, has one of the probably my favorite cover of War Pigs ever. It's if you haven't listened to that one, you definitely need to give it a listen to.
Fuck yeah. And that's the end of my music recommendations. Gamage, what have you been listening to this week?
Well, I mean, everything I said.
You're like, all of that.
Yeah, but in the spirit of the 90s hip-hop theme of this movie, I'm going to give out my favorite Wu-Tang Clan song, which is Bring the Ruckus.
Ooh, nice.
So Bring the Ruckus. If you haven't heard that one yet, weird.
Bring the Ruckus.
First of all.
Yeah, strange. Yeah. It's been a minute.
And that's the episode.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you guys for listening. If you liked what you heard, or you were also pleasantly surprised by this Transformers film, please like and subscribe on whatever your most favorite podcasting places. If you want us to talk about a thing, you can email us at whtpah@gmail.com. That's whatpa@gmail.com. You can also follow us on We Have That Podcast at Home, all one big long word, on Instagram. Or you can follow us at WHTPAH on Blue Sky. That's what on Blue Sky. And oh my God, for the first time in a long time, I get to spin a fucking wheel. Which is...
No, you don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, no. You're right.
Apologize.
You're right. Because there's...
I apologize.
There's a good Transformers films to be watched. Whatever you want. Tell us where we're going next.
We are finally watching Transformers the movie, the original the movie, before Michael Bay even knew what an Optimus Prime was. And I'm pretty fucking stoked. Like I wanted to watch this movie 7 weeks ago, and I'm like, I wanted an excuse to watch it, and then I'm like, hey Rachel, let's do an episode on this. And she's
then
like,
I ruined it.
The Transformers movie, and I'm like, well, let's suffer a little bit first. Let's get that cold shower before we go into the hot tub.
It'll make it so much sweeter.
I'm gonna be so upset if you don't love this movie.
I can't wait to
hate
it.
I'm kind of like shivering, like, oh, she's gonna like she's gonna be like, nah.
It's gonna be like the fucking never-ending story again, this bitch.
So we'll see. I mean, I know I'm gonna have a good time, but will Rachel? Find out next week on We Have That Podcast at Home. I'm on Brent Gavage. Bye.
I've been on Off-Brand Rachel. Bye.